Hello everyone, it's Julia LaFave here, founder of the Stronger Community. Hope you guys are having a great day. Thank you so much for your patience with me with our technical difficulty issues, but we are good to go. So if you're hopping on here live with me, just put a hey in the comments. I want to make sure that you can hear me right now. Hopefully you can hear me fine. Yeah, we are going to get right to it. Today's topic for our workshop is we are going to be talking about cardio versus strength training, but we're going to specifically talk about it when it comes to fat loss and maintaining muscle. So make sure that you're tuning in. I'd love to know in the comments right now, if you're watching us, even if you're watching as a replay, let me know, what is your go-to for a workout? Is it cardio? So put cardio in the comments. And if it's strength training, put strength training in the comments. And you can have lots of fun with it. You can even put those emojis if you prefer. Okay, so we are gonna get right to it. So as I said, I'm Julia LaFave. I'm the founder of the Stronger Community and the Fueled Life Method. Now, I'm a wife, a mom of 3 kids. They are 9, 8, and 3. I'm a former elementary school teacher. I've been coaching women in the health and wellness industry for over 6 years now. And I'm a certified nutrition coach. And nutrition is one of my biggest passions. It was always one of my sort of biggest frustrations, I guess. But I know how important it is, and I see the struggle with women when it comes to nutrition and some of the do's and don'ts that they make, choices that they make with their nutrition. I really am passionate about educating women when it comes to nutrition and their goals, and really teaching women about how to properly fuel their body and without restrictive diets, okay? So being able to eat the foods you love while still working towards your goals. And I know a lot of women are like, not true. But I'm here to debunk all of those myths. But today we're not necessarily talking about nutrition. We're going to talk about cardio versus strength training. But I want to talk to you about it in terms of fat loss and muscle maintenance. And, so I can tell you, I want to tell you which one's more effective in that terms. Both are important. So I just want to really start with that and say that both are important. And it's what you do consistently that will get you results, right? So if you like to run. If you like to lift weights. But today we're specifically talking about which one is more effective when it comes to fat loss and maintaining muscle. A lot of women come to me and they say, I want to be leaned and toned. I want to look leaned and toned, whether it's, you use the term ripped or cut or whatever, right? So one of those two is more effective when it comes to fat loss and getting that leaned and toned look, the muscles, the cut, and all of that stuff. And it's not, and because I specialize in nutrition, it is not, there's specific fat loss foods. So if you followed me for a while, you know that, and I talk about it all the time and how we can still eat the foods we love when it comes to fat loss. But I want to tell you, if you want to build muscle, which one is going to be more effective? So let's just jump right into it. I'm going to talk about cardio, strength training, and I kind of talk about one point and go over to strength training. One point about cardio and then go over to strength training. And then I want to talk about 3 mistakes that women are making when it comes to one of those two, okay? So, and fat loss. So let's talk cardio for a second. So cardio burns more calories during the workout. Okay, so now you're thinking like, okay, so calories better because it's gonna burn, or cardio is better because I'm going to burn more. However, with strength training, you may burn less during your workout, but you continue to burn the rest of the day after the workout is over. Not with cardio. Cardio, we will lose weight, muscle mass, water loss, whereas with strength training, we're burning fat while maintaining that muscle, especially when paired with a calorie deficit and proper macronutrients, okay? So we want to burn fat. We don't want to lose that muscle. So when we get into focusing on just cardio and overdoing it in cardio, we often lose weight and we lose fat and we lose muscle. We don't want to lose that muscle. We want to maintain it. And so strength training is more effective in terms of fat loss and maintaining muscle. Okay? So cardio, over time, it decreases our metabolism. With strength training though, it will increase our metabolism and more specifically our resting metabolic rate, the RMR. So it will increase that, which is why we can burn fat and still maintain that muscle, okay? And that's what we want to do. So again, strength training is more effective when it comes to fat loss. So number 4, the fourth point. Little change with your body composition, okay? So if you're wanting to be leaned and toned and cut and all of that stuff, you are going to see very little change in your body composition if you're doing cardio. You're going to lose that muscle, like I said. You're going to get maybe lean, but you're going to, have you ever noticed when you do a lot of cardio or low cal, like you kind of have that like squishy muscle, you know, people have called it skinny fat, and I'm not body shaming here, just using terms that people have used so that you know what I'm talking about. A lot of people that do excessive amounts of cardio will lose that muscle and get that skinny fat. And I can talk about it because I've been there, okay? With strength training, however, you can change your body composition. By lifting weights and strength training, we can build that muscle. We get that more toned, lean look. We are burning fat while maintaining the muscle or building muscle, and we get more of a leaned, toned, cut look, okay? So we can change our body composition with strength training. Number 5, cardio, your body is adaptive. So we might do a calorie or a cardio type program, and we might notice that we lose or burn a lot of calories at first. But with that type of program or exercise over time, our body will adapt, which means that in order to maintain that level of loss, we need to then increase our activity level, okay? So then you're having to run longer, you're having to, work out more. And this is where we see women who are like just increasing their cardio. I just have to increase my cardio and I'll be able to burn more. I want to lose more weight, so I got to increase my cardio. Whereas you don't have to do that with strength training, okay? And you shouldn't have to. You don't need to work out more. So with strength training, we have long-term adherence. So we can maintain something long-term. Our body adheres to it. So that's kind of the difference between cardio, how our bodies react to cardio, versus strength training, especially when we're talking about fat loss and maintaining muscle. And so the most effective is going to be strength training. And like I said at the beginning, if you like to run, run. If you like to lift, lift. But if we are specifically talking about fat loss and maintaining muscle, building that lean, cut body, you want to be leaned and toned, if that's what you're telling me you want, then strength training is what is going to be much more effective. So you need to start lifting the weights. Ladies, do not be afraid of lifting weights. You are not going to be bulky. You're not going to get all big and gain all this weight. You are going to build lean muscle. The only thing that's going to make you be big and bulky is eating in a surplus. So if we eat in a deficit, a slight deficit, if our macros are balanced, then we only have to eat in a slight deficit, and we incorporate strength training, our body will burn fat and build muscle, okay? Or we're gonna maintain that muscle. So we want to make sure if you're wanting to build that leaned and toned body, you need to incorporate strength training. So let's now talk about the 3 mistakes I see women make when it comes to fat loss moving forward. So 1, I see women increase their cardio to lose more. Okay, so they're like, I'm not losing weight, I need to, so they just go on these cardio, not binges, but I just need to do more cardio. You know, I have women who come to me and are like, I'm stuck, I've hit a plateau, and I'm, feeling frustrated. How much more cardio do I need to do? No more cardio. You need to stop with this obsession with more cardio. It is not going to help you burn fat and build a lean, build that lean muscle mass. So you need to stop with the obsession with increasing your cardio. I will tell you, I rarely, if ever, do cardio. Now, we are a very active family, so we do, I guess my cardio would be like hiking, or if we go for a bike ride, or if I'm skiing or snowboarding. That is technically, those activities would be more cardio based. But when it comes to my workouts, I purely strength train. I do not incorporate cardio training at all. And I am able to sit in this happy place, my glory place of maintenance with my body, to have a nice leaned and toned body. Okay? So you do not need to increase your cardio. If it's not working, you need to incorporate strength training, and you need to be in a deficit with your calories, okay? Number 2, the second mistake I see women make when it comes to fat loss. Okay, so using a tracker to track their calories burned. This is not how it works. You do not need to earn the calories you eat. Those trackers, here's the problem with it. Fitbits, Apple Watches do not accurately calculate calories burned. Let me repeat that. Fitbits, Apple Watches, whatever, those trackers do not accurately calculate calories burned. So stop using trackers to find out how many calories burned so that you know how many calories you have earned. I mean, the other way to do it that I see women do it is they eat a certain number of calories, and the Fitbit tells them, how many calories they have to burn in order to, earn that workout or whatever, right? It creates a really unhealthy habit and an unhealthy relationship with food. This causes you to learn to earn your food. That is not how nutrition works. You do not have to earn your food or your calories. We want to talk about being in your total daily energy expenditure for your lifestyle, your goals, for your workouts. There is a total calorie, we want to know what that is, your total daily energy expenditure, so that you can just maintain where you're at. We need to know that. And your calories should not yo-yo throughout the day. Oh, today I went for a run and a walk and I did a strength training workout, so today I can eat 2,000 calories. Whereas tomorrow, well, I'm resting and I'm not doing anything. I only get to have 1,200 calories. That's not how it works. You don't earn your food that way. You need calories for energy to just survive your day. You do not need to earn them. So we eat a certain number of calories, and we do that every single day. Does not matter what your workout is going to be. So stop using those trackers to tell you how much you get to earn today and how much you get to eat. They are not accurate, okay? Number 3, the third mistake. Now, I'm not shaming you. I need to be clear. I'm not shaming you if that is what you are currently doing or what you have done in the past. My role is to educate you and to educate women, because so often there's stuff out there that is telling you that is the right thing to do, and it is not the right thing to do. I want women to learn to fuel their bodies and create a healthy relationship with food. And doing that is not. Okay? So, number 3 mistake. Eat too little. Eat too little, so way too low in a calorie deficit, very little protein, or you're cutting out food groups. You must prioritize protein. And if you are looking for fat loss, if your goal is fat loss, then you need to be in a calorie deficit. End of story. That's it. That's the magic. The secret is you need to be in a calorie deficit. It doesn't mean you can't eat certain foods. It doesn't mean that you can only eat spinach, chicken, and broccoli. There's not magical fat loss foods. Now, if we're talking about health, it's different. But if we're talking purely fat loss, you can incorporate the foods you love and still hit that calorie deficit. Okay? That's flexibility and that's life. Okay? So, the mistake is that we're eating too little protein. So our body needs protein to build and repair the muscle from those strength training workouts. We need that protein for that. Okay? For cutting out food groups like carbs. Carbs give us energy. We need carbohydrates. We need fats in our body as well to protect our organs, for our body to function optimally, for our brain, all of those things. So we want to make sure that we're not cutting those things out. So those are the 3 mistakes that I see women make. Okay, so like I said, strength training is more effective when it comes to fat loss and maintaining muscle. Okay, if that's your goal, to build a lean cut body, lean muscle, you want, you need to incorporate strength training. Now, what does this mean for those of you who are like, I'm a runner, I love to run, bike, whatever, right? What does this mean? I mean, if your goal is just to move your body every single day, then keep doing that. Do what you love and what you enjoy. If you love to run, run. If you love to bike, bike. If you love to lift weights, lift weights. Remember, I'm talking about if your goal is to build, lean muscle mass, to burn fat, then strength training is far superior to cardiovascular training. Now, if you're a biker or a runner and you're like, I want to burn some more fat, I'm stuck, I've kind of plateaued in that area, I want to keep running, then my tips for you is to incorporate strength training in your workouts. So, 2 to 3 days a week, incorporate strength training into the training for running or biking. Okay, so make sure you're also incorporating strength training days. Make sure, so this is for specifically our cardio people who are like training for races and running and all of that stuff. You want to make sure that you're incorporating strength training. Now, if you're just working on strength training, 3 to 5 days a week, you want to strength train. If you are doing your cardio, we don't want to overtrain. So I don't want to tell you to do 5 days of strength training and, 5 days of running. No. So incorporate strength training in there 2 to 3 times a week. Okay. Make sure that you're in a calorie deficit. If your goal is still to burn fat and build that lean muscle, so you want to make sure that you're in a calorie deficit and you want to prioritize protein. Now, all of these things are really important because it's going to help increase your metabolism. We want to increase that RMR, right? That resting metabolic rate. We want to increase it. That's going to help us burn fat. And while maintaining that muscle, we want to it'll also increase our strength. So it increases our metabolism. It will increase your strength. Okay, I'm still specifically talking to those of you who are runners or bikers or whatever, right? And you're telling me you want to burn fat and build lean muscle, but how does that work, right? When you're telling me that strength training is far superior and more effective when it comes to that, okay? So it'll increase your metabolism, it'll increase your strength, and it will increase your performance. So you'll notice that the strength training you incorporate is going to help you in your running, okay? So it's going to increase your performance. So that's specifically. So again, I'm going to repeat myself. Today's talk was comparing cardio to strength training but in terms of fat loss and building or maintaining muscle, okay? Maintaining that lean muscle. If that is your goal, strength training is far more effective. So you need to incorporate strength training. Stop trying to increase your cardio to burn more fat, because what you are doing is you are losing that muscle. You are going to lose more muscle. The more cardio increase, you know, if you're just trying to do cardio and hoping to build this lean body with lean muscle, toned look, cut look, you need to incorporate strength training. So if you're feeling stuck right now, if you're feeling like you've hit a plateau, if you feel like, if you're somebody who has, you know, you've hit that weight loss goal, but now you're feeling like you're gaining weight back, or you're just feeling like squishy, like why is this? Why am I not lean and toned and cut, but I'm doing all the right things? Then I want you to reach out, because a piece of that is going to be strength training. That was our talk today. But the other piece of that is calorie deficit and building that, burning the fat, right? While maintaining our muscle, we need to be in a proper calorie deficit. Do you know what that is for your specific body? Every body is different. And so I have a few more spots left for 2020 for my one-on-one nutrition coaching. It's 12 weeks you get with me, and it's customized to you and your goals. So if your goal is to burn fat and build lean muscle, whether you have weight to lose, or you've hit a plateau, you've hit your goal and you're like, I don't know what to do next. I've lost the weight, I've hit my goal. What do I do next? Right? For you, that might mean it's time for a reverse diet. And a lot of my clients are in that phase of where they need to reverse diet. So we're going to talk about incorporating strength training with the proper nutrition and over burning that fat while maintaining that muscle, whether you're doing a reverse diet or while you're trying to lose weight. So I have a few spots left. If this is something you want, I will put the application link in the comments. Fill out the application. This just holds you a spot on the wait list. This doesn't mean that you are in. I'd like to get on a call with everyone who fills out that application to see if you are a good fit for my coaching, or if I'm a good fit to work with you. Because if the relationship doesn't work, then it's not a good fit. So, and I will be open and honest with you if that's the case. I've had to turn people away, and I don't say that in a bad way, but it's not a good fit. And so I want you to understand that I'm not just going to say yes. I want to make sure that you're really working with the right person to reach your goals. So I will put that in the comments and you can check that out. But I hope you enjoyed today's today's training and workshop on which one's more effective, cardio versus strength training when it comes to fat loss and maintaining muscle. All right, you guys, have a great rest of your Friday, and we will chat soon.